with us. We're very excited about it. This is the first step, and we're going to do this first before we get to broader market structure. But it's going to enable us to take a very positive step in the direction of ensuring that the United States is a positive environment for cryptocurrency technology. Stablecoins is one of these issues that I think the United States can be a leader on.
Well, I was on the Hill today meeting with the leaders of our House and Senate committees for banking and for finance, and they are very committed to moving legislation through the House and the Senate this year in order to provide that clear regulatory framework that the digital assets ecosystem needs to sustain innovation in the United States.
And people are like, oh, let us choose ROUSD. Well, cool, yeah, and then Ripple's going to make some money, and that's fine. Maybe they don't even trust Ripple. You know, it's third-party audited and backed and has all those things, but maybe they would rather use their own infrastructure and their own token and make their own money.
I guess it's possible that the Sovereign Wealth Fund could decide that they want to make Bitcoin or digital assets part of its portfolio. You're going to have to ask the incoming Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick about that.
That's really what Ethereum is. You know, people talk about things, talk about cryptocurrency 2.0 being like the internet of value. We're not the internet of value. Ripple is the internet of value.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I be getting plenty. They want all your bags and they want all them empty.
What's up, good glitches? Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. Make sure to smash them likeys on the way in. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap here, excluding BTC, basically just the altcoins. If we go back here to the previous July 2016 halving cycle here, as you see, lasted around 540 days. And after the inauguration date here, you can see we did nearly 73,000% gains. And here we got the May 2020 halving here. As you see here, the Bitcoin halving date to the top here lasted another 550 days, around the same amount of time as the previous 2016 cycle. And as you see here, right after the inauguration date, we did another 1,400% for altcoins. And now we recently had the most recent BTC halving date, which was April of 2024. As you see here, the April 2024 halving date. If we take around that same amount of time as the previous two cycles, around 550 days, that'll take us to the fall of 2025, October, November. Also, Trump is saying 100 days for crypto regulations from the inauguration date will take us into around April of 2025, aligning with this bull cycle that we're currently in. As you see again here after the inauguration date, it was still uptrending for the altcoins. Same thing in July of 2016. David Sachs is saying 180 days, around 6 months, we could have regulations inbound, and that would take us to around July of 2025, again, right in here in our green zone for the bull cycle. Currently, we have around 259 days left projected in this current BTC halving cycle. Could we do around half of what we did in the 2020 cycle, where we did around 1,400%? Around 700% would take us to around a 10 trillion market cap for the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding BTC. Could we possibly get $1 trillion of that 10 trillion market cap into XRP? $1 trillion market cap in XRP with the current circulating supply at around 57 billion would give us a price of around 17.54 per XRP. Also, another thing to keep in mind is a lot of the TA analysis have the cycle ending sooner. But what about the utility coins and coins with utility? Will they decouple from BTC and the BTC halving cycle? Could we potentially shift from this speculative BTC cycle straight into a utility cycle with regulations inbound and regulations set to hit during this bull cycle? Let me know what you think down below. With that being said, Batman Bag Lady, shout out to the latest sub. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, and buckle up, because the future's extra bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 3.3 trillion, down about 2% in the past 24. We got XRP hovering around $2.40, BTC right around 96,609, ETH right around 27, 28. Hundo, we got Stellar XLM in the number 17 spot, right around 32. 33 cents. We got a lot of extra bullish news to pop off once again today. Starting off with Ripple. The custody market is set to exceed 100 billion by 2033, fueled by tokenized assets. To stay ahead, custodians need a bank-grade security, 24/7 access and compliance. Learn more about Ripple custody and how XRP Ledger is setting the new standard. We're coming for that number one spot. We got Senator Bill Haggerty. The tide has turned in favor of digital assets here in America, especially American-made cryptos. like XRP, which will help make our nation a positive environment for stablecoins and digital assets. XRP, the number one digital asset. RLUSD, the number one stablecoin, coming to a wallet near you.
Kayleigh, I'll add Senator Tim Scott, the chair of the Banking Committee, is on this legislation with us. We're very excited about it. This is the first step, and we're going to do this first before we get to broader market structure. But it's going to enable us to take a very positive step in the direction of ensuring that the United States is a positive environment for cryptocurrency technology. Stablecoins is one of these issues that I think the United States can be a leader on. It's time for us to do so. Look, there's roughly $28 trillion worth of stablecoin transactions taking place right now across the world. We need to be a leader here in America. This legislation allows us to do that. And I'm extraordinarily optimistic that we're taking that lead. It's going to open the door for many other positive things in the industry. And I'm so excited to have my colleagues on both sides of the aisle join me here. This is going to be an important first step to opening up the market here in America.
XRP will help lead the charge here in USA along with RLUSD. Know what you hold, know what's coming, and know why. They wanted you out. We got Zero Hash X. We're pleased to share that we have expanded our stablecoin offering with the addition of Ripple USD, RLUSD. This integration allows Zero Hash customers to access RLUSD to process transactions on both the XRP Ledger and Ethereum networks. So it begins. It just got real. We got Altcoin Daily. David Sachs, the U.S. crypto industry can have clear regulations within 6 months.
You did talk about the need for this clear regulatory framework. How quickly can you stand this up?
Well, I was on the Hill today meeting with the leaders of our House and Senate committees for banking and for finance, and they are very committed to moving legislation through the House and the Senate this year in order to provide that clear regulatory framework that the digital assets ecosystem needs to sustain innovation in the United States. And so those chairmen, I think, are very committed. President Trump is committed, and I think we can do something here. But as you know, moving legislation through Congress takes time. But I think this is something we could do in the next 6 months.
Upwards and onwards for XRP. Regulations are molasses about to burst open. We got one from Doppler Finance. XRP Fi is now closer to you than ever. It's time to wake up your dormant XRP hibernating on centralized exchanges. The first XRP Fi is coming next week. We got the Digital Pound Foundation. Yesterday, the U.S. digital asset industry saw a series of significant announcements with the focus on regulatory clarity and future growth, formation of a bipartisan cryptocurrency working group. Coinbase urges regulatory clarity for banks offering crypto services. Trump's crypto czar envisions a golden age for digital assets and cryptocurrency holders. Also, a new stablecoin bill introduced as part of the pro-crypto agenda. So it begins. Welcome to the mass adoptions of digital assets, institutions, banks on their way to pump our bags up. Pump our bags up. We got one from Beyond Broke, Jake. How banks' preference for issuing their own stablecoin impacts cross-border settlements. XRP's role as an intermediary in the broader implications of asset tokenization. Analysis covers interbank trust issues post-2008, the absence of U.S. CBDCs, and predictions for real estate tokenization over the next 5-10 years.
What if I just want, dollars? If both parties want to transact it, that's fine. The friction you're going to have there is when the banks issue their own stable ones. And banks don't trust each other. Since 2008, they're weirded out about other people's books. So they don't want to deal with counterparty risk. And people are like, oh, let's choose ROUSD. Well, cool, yeah. And then Ripple's going to make some money, and that's fine. Maybe they don't even trust Ripple. It's third-party audited and backed and has all those things. But maybe they would rather use their own infrastructure and their own token and make their own money, which sounds like the game that most banks want to play. You'll see all of these stable coins that these banks issue. The retail will be able to use it as well. And we're not going to have a CBDC here in the U.S., right? So that's also what opens up this market. All these financial institutions and tech giants, right? They're all going to have stable coins. And if the other counterparty doesn't want that stable coin, even though it's dollar denominated, they want to settle in something else on their side, has to go through XRP. Real estate and other things being tokenized on these networks. That's going to take time, and you'll have the title to your home or your vehicle or whatever else right there in your wallet that you'll be able to buy, sell, trade, borrow against, do whatever right there on your phone. And that's, more data for them. They're happy about that. And you also have more liquidity in your life and easier access to transact base. So 10 years, I think, on tokenization of real estate. And I think the government's going to have to subsidize that.
We got one from Phil from Easy 8. Not many people know this, but for anyone wondering how close Ripple is to the White House, he says Dom and him were at the Ripple headquarters recently in San Francisco, and it's literally around the block from the crypto czar's office. Wall Street Bulls breaking when the BTC Maxis news anchor asked David Sachs only about BTC Reserve. David Sachs, the crypto czar, laughs and responds that they're studying it, not just BTC, but for all digital assets, but subtly hints that XRP will be part of it.
The feasibility of a Bitcoin reserve, you said that's being studied. It's one of the first things that's on the table here. What goes into that process? Is that something that would be standalone, or is that something that could potentially be tucked into, say, a sovereign wealth fund, which has been the speculation today on the heels of that executive order?
I guess it's possible that the sovereign wealth fund could decide that they want to make Bitcoin or digital assets part of its portfolio. You're going to have to ask the incoming Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, about that. The item that President Trump asked our working group on digital assets to study is whether it's feasible to create either a Bitcoin reserve or some sort of digital asset stockpile. And so we're going to be looking at that question. We haven't committed yet to doing it, but it's one of the first things we're going to be looking at.
What happens when they say BTC is not feasible because China owns over 50% of the mining pools? The Maxis are going to lose it again once they add in the standard XRP. Meanwhile, Smoke Dog, FDIC presentation, XRP. Watcher Guru, Justin, the FDIC plans to revise the crypto guidelines and allow banks to engage in crypto activities. Native intrinsic digital assets. A native digital asset is an intrinsic part of the blockchain software. BTC, Ripple XRP is housed on the Ripple network. XRP is shared among key participants. ETH, Litecoin. We got another one from Smoke Dog. Ripple is actively being integrated into Swift. EastNet launches managed Swift services on the AWS cloud. Integrated payment hub for advanced processing and workflow automation with ISO 20022 translation, duplicate detection, transaction monitoring, and fraud prevention.
If you haven't heard of PaymentSafe, PaymentSafe is EastNet's payment hub that unifies dealing with all kinds of payment networks, whether domestic, international, and of course Swift as well, to allow an enhanced STP mode on all different payments. Now, the importance of PaymentSafe over here is that it has an important component, which is a universal translator for the exchange of different payment formats. Now, of course, one of the most important formats is the legacy MT that you already know, and the new ISO 20022 format, including the CBPR+. We offer a lot of. If you haven't heard of PaymentSafe,
all roads lead to the bridge. Distributed ledger technology, XRP, the Ripple net. We got one from Mr. Man XRP. Big news will be coming from Medical very soon. Large banks are positioning themselves. SAB 121 was repealed, which will allow banks to custody crypto. U.S. banks will be on board in due time. Medical is situated in the money capital of the world, Switzerland. I'm sure it'll be big news indeed. We got one from El Crypto Mustache. 8-year trend line for the Total 2 is still intact, so why should we be bearish? We got Egg Rat Crypto says XRP double bottom on the horizon. I know backlash is coming from the XRP fan, but let's focus on the charts. XRP has a tendency to form a double bottom across nearly the all-time frames. He says the 163 level could be a great entry point for the double bottom. We might see another drop, especially if BTC drops on the market. It'll pull down the market with it. The CME gap hasn't been filled yet, 77 to 80K, and I think it'll be filled before we see a big rise to new all-time highs. We got an update from David Schwartz yesterday. He says the network is now recovering. Don't know exactly what caused the issue yet. He says update, it looks like as far as we can tell, only one validator operator manually intervened. Not entirely clear if that solved the problem or the network self-healed. And last but not least, MetaMan X, the Internet of Value, using XRP straight from Vitalik Buterin.
That's really what Ethereum is. People talk about things. Talk about cryptocurrency 2.0 being like the internet of value. We're not the internet of value. Ripple is the internet of value. We're an arbitrary processor for state transition.
All roads lead to the bridge. The longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP rich list. And once again, we're just getting started here as we just recently passed the midway point of the BTC halving cycle. Trump says within 100 days, we could have crypto regulation aligning with the bull cycle, which would be a massive pump for cryptocurrencies and digital assets like XRP. 100 days will lead us right into April of 2025. David Sachs says 180 days, 6 months or less, we can have regulations still aligning with the bull cycle of July 2025. And also a couple other things to note. Does the implementation of regulations shift us from speculative BTC halving cycle to a new utility cycle? Also, will the BTC mining still be profitable with the next halving day coming in 2028 and rewards chopping down from 3.125 BTC to 1.5625 BTC? Bitcoin less decentralized as small miners won't be profitable versus the bigger pools. When the block rewards decrease, miners with higher operational costs, typically smaller operations, face more pressure on their profit margins compared to the larger mining pools that benefit from the economies of scale. This could potentially lead to higher operational efficiency requirements to remain profitable, increased pressure to join mining pools rather than mine independently, greater consolidation among the mining operations. There are also some counterbalancing factors to consider. Bitcoin's price has increased after the halvings, which can help offset the reduced block rewards. Technological improvements in the mining equipment could help reduce operational costs. Transaction fees can become a more significant portion of the mining revenue, and the geographic distribution of the mining operations can help maintain some of the level of decentralizing even with larger pools. There's so many factors that have to go right for BTC to succeed. Meanwhile, XRP, the king of utility, built for the Internet of Value, built for the Internet 3.0, they said it. DLT, distributed ledger technologies, all roads lead to the bridge. And here we got the hash rate index, Bitcoin mining pool comparison, pools by country. China owning over 54.5%, almost 55% of the mining pools. I think they'll evaluate BTC and say that it's not safe, and they'll look to something better like XRP, the standard. And the longer they take, the higher we keep on climbing on that XRP rich list. Where will those bags be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? We'll catch you up here on the mothership. BYOB, bring your own baggies, be your own boss, be your own bank. And don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on that likey button. Catch you up here at the tippy top. Later, glitches.
Later, glitches.
Maxi, NC, it could not scale. Moon fam dancing, that rocket got stealth. Shitcoin, put it on the shelf. We headed towards the wealth. BTC, Maxi, Patsy, Moon fam clapping, they could not tell. Sheep trying to sell when it didn't turn out well. Blink of an eye, red candle, it all fell. Bitcoin was a demo, you ain't get the memo. Net memos, SEC settle, we blasting off the ghetto. Big bags on me, middle finger to the devils. Rocket fly itself, no keys, no pedals to the top. I need a medal. Stay holy in my temple. Ripple